Well, good morning internets. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to another day. We got ourselves a semi-steady day ahead of us. As always, wanting to get a few things done. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, of course, today's the morning of my appointment or interview. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. I know I'm probably not a shoo-in for the job, but at the same time, well, you have to try to find something. You can't just sit here waiting to win the $1 million lottery, right? As much as I'd love to, well, win the lottery and have a private island in the middle of the ocean somewhere, that's only a dream that, you know, almost nobody has it happen to them. Well, today, of course, after the appointment, I need to run out, and somewhere I've lost the registration for the car. In the registration pouch that I have, there's the truck registration, like the 06, like the 16 Canyon, but there's nothing for the car. And I don't drive the car much, but it's probably good to have proper paperwork together, because, well, if and when something does happen, you know, you gotta, well, present that paperwork, right? So of course, gotta run across town, pay their, I don't know what it is, $10, $15, $25 fee for a little piece of paper, and then, well, it should be good to go. After that, I pretty much have the rest of the day open. Kind of the normal routine, come back home, throw out some more resumes and such, and then, well, before you know it, the day will be shot. As always, keeping up with the YouTube thing, the editings, the uploadings, and, well, all that goings on. So, you guessed her. We'll catch you all later. Little bit of a afternoon update. Well, went out to my appointment or interview this morning. There's not really much I can say there. It's all in their hands. You know, you give them your resume, you tell them who you are, sort of try to sell yourself, kind of a thing, and well, hopefully they make the right choice. You know, there's several factors that may come into play, but ultimately the choice is theirs. You know, if they don't want a real person to drive their truck and run their company and be the face of their business here locally, then they're going to hire somebody else. You know, but if they want a real person, then they're going to hire me, or you know, somebody who is suitable. So I'm hoping that I'm their suitable candidate and everything goes well. Well, I just realized as I was coming out the door of the house that I didn't go down and get a copy of the registration for the car. My brain is so messed up lately that I swear if I don't tattoo it on my forehead, I'll totally forget about it. That's kind of the way it's been lately. It's been a lot of ups and downs and backs and forths and trying to get things done, but forgetting to do them, and yeah, it's kind of one of them things, right? Well, of course, been making a couple of phone calls, trying to get the ball rolling, helping out a few people that are in my life. That's kind of part of my inner circle. They've been trying to deal locally on an item here and are getting messed around by the local dealership. The local dealership is like quoting them, you know, expensive prices for their monthly payments, and as well as not wanting to pay what they feel their trade-in is worth. Now, I do understand trade-ins are kind of hard because, you know, they really don't want the trade-in, especially when it's got 70,000 K on it, but at the same time, you know, they offer this ridiculous low price, and then all they do is give it a quick hit and miss detail, and then it's on the lot 2 days later for like $14,000. you know, over twice what they gave you on trade on it. And if they just come up front and honest and say, hey, we really don't want you to trade, then you could keep that, you know, car for their $6,000 they want to give you on trade for it, and sell it locally, or keep it around for a rainy day car, or whatever, right? And of course, you know, the local dealership really doesn't want the sale, need the sale, because they're a larger dealership, and you know, they've done a lot of sales already here this quarter, and they kind of really don't want the business. So I put in contact with the dealership that I dealt with in the city when I bought my new truck here, and they're a little bit smaller of a dealership, and their prices are actually cheaper up there to buy the same vehicle pretty much as what they are here. So maybe things will work out in their favor, and well, all will be well. I really can't do much in terms of what's what, but I can help out people and refer them to the dealership or salesman, or whichever one they choose. That did help me. But pretty much going to go in, do a couple things, see how the day goes from here, and we'll see y'all later. A little bit of a update. Well, the afternoon's been a quiet one. Just well, taking her a little bit easily, trying not to think about, you know, the interview today, and well, all that's going on. That being said, I did get a call here about 15 minutes ago from the place I had the interview this morning, and well, I guess they decided to take a chance and hire me. I'm not 100% sure who the other two candidates were, but obviously they must not have been nowhere near as good as I was, because they chose me over them. So I am very grateful that they made their choice. With me, my experience, my driving record, my background, I'm the perfect candidate for this job, and I guess they felt the same way. However, as we found out with the last job, that can change a lot between now and the day I start. Well, tomorrow I go there for orientation, because I guess it's a quickly moving thing. They want somebody in place now, not later. And then after that, later on this week, if I remember the dates he sent me correctly, I have to go for H2S course, and what is it, WMIS and fall arrest and first aid. So probably the next week or so will be a lot of courses. I guess, you know, you have to know the dangers you're up against in work environments, and you have to know you know, if something has a skull and crossbones on, not to drink it, because, you know, it's not going to turn you into a pirate. This isn't a cartoon now, is it? However, I think a lot of that has to do with common sense too. However, I have been told in the past by other people that H2S is not something to mess with. H2S will knock you flat, knock you dead, pretty much before you even know that you've ever even been in contact with H2S. If you're lucky, it'll mess you up. If you're not lucky, it'll kill you. So it'll be nice to get working. It'll be nice to bring in some income, bring in some money, have an outing every day. Like I've said there in past vlogs, and I've tried to keep things very positive. However, when you start to fall behind on bills, start draining your bank account or your savings account, start living off of the account that you had tucked away because you want to build a garage in your backyard, a shop in your backyard, and that's what you've been living on, you know, for the last couple of years, and it starts to dwindle down, you know that something, well, needs to be done, right? And you try to make do with less and less every month, and try to reevaluate your spending less and less every month. And you know, the doctor tells me to eat healthy and all this stuff, but how can you afford to eat healthy when, well, a case of soup and a case of macaroni is, you know, like $12–14, and a case of soup's like $4.99 on sale, and sometimes you can even catch the macaroni when it's $9.99, and you start buying these healthy stuff, and they go bad before you can use them. You know, you spend a couple $100s on these healthy choices, and they start to spoil. When you're on a limited budget, you can't do that. You know, soup and macaroni will keep a very long time in the cupboard, and will even be good past its expiry date. You know, trust me on that. So maybe I can start fulfilling the doctor's wishes and eating a little healthier, and not feeling that every time I leave the house I spend money I can't spend, so then I feel I have to stay inside, which then means, you know, more outings, better mental health, better well-being, better circle all the way around. You know, having to not go to Candy Cane Lane this year was a hard choice. It was a hard decision because, well, I really wanted to go. It wasn't just an outing, it was a tradition. It was a way to get out, you know, a road trip somewhere around Christmas to go, new sights to see. You don't really see any people that want to talk to you. Keep in mind, this is Edmonton. If you talk to people in Edmonton, they automatically think you're going to rob them or knife them or something, so they're not very receptive to that kind of idea. And having to cancel the Ice Castle and Ice on White this year is probably still gonna happen, maybe. I did enter a couple of things online to win tickets to the Ice Castle, so you never know, I could still win tickets, but that's a long shot as well, right? So if I can get working and get a little bit of income coming in, you know, the summer might be shot. As in no holidays, obviously, and no road trip this summer, or a lot of camping time this summer. There could be a split-up weekend trip here and there where I go up and drop the camper off Friday night, come back and work Saturday, and then go up Sunday and come home Monday or whatever. But I got the truck, you know, still. I got the trailer still, and I'm going to do the best to hang on to what I have. Sometimes you put your feet down and plant them firmly on the ground and refuse to give up until you are forced to give up, and sometimes it works in your favor, and other times it doesn't. Like back in 2015 there, when I panicked and sold the 2015 GMC Canyon, you know, the silver one. Then here, 3 months later, I ended up buying a 2016 GMC Canyon, the black one. And if I wouldn't have panicked and I wouldn't have sold the gray Canyon, then I wouldn't have lost money and wouldn't have had to buy another one and then sell it 8 months later, you know. But on the other hand, I didn't know things were going to go the way they went. I didn't know things were going to happen the way they did. I honestly thought in 2015 there was something big going to happen. Something big that was going to affect my life big time. And I thought by selling the truck and some of my assets that that big thing would go away. Well, the big thing did go away. However, there was a few other things that happened that were unexpected as well that I didn't know, you know, was going to happen either, which then allowed me to live the last, well, couple of years the way I have. I apologize, guys, for not coming right out and saying what's on my mind, but there are certain things you share with your inner circle and certain things you put out there on YouTube. And what I've gone through in the last 3 years or so in my mind, only get shared with the inner circle. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of immature people out there that would love to get a hold of what I've been through and, well, run with it, right? But pretty much, guys, gonna go inside, see what's the what, start planning what I want for supper, get on with the kind of day. Been having a quiet one, just doing a few things and a round re-roll. So yeah, we'll probably see y'all when it starts. Here we are. We come to the end of another day. It was a good day, a little bit of a turning point kind of day. As long as they don't change their mind in the next 24 or so hours, everything should be okay. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day. I got orientation. Tomorrow's a big day where I find out about prescriptions and work boots and, you know, safety gear like hard hats and reflective vests and all that stuff, whether I gotta buy them or if they reimburse you or if they've got an account somewhere or what. And then the next couple of days after that is courses and get that over and done with. And then, well, starting next week, I guess it'll be the beginning. So hopefully it all goes well. I know myself, it's been a long 2 years. If anything, you could say it probably started in 2013 when I broke my hand. I lost the job that I had because of the broken hand, because of their workplace injury. And when the WCB injury thing was over and done with, I didn't have a job left with the company, which is actually against WCB rules. But once again, I fall through the cracks, and WCB didn't seem to care when I brought that up. So I started looking for my own job there in, I believe it was June or so of 2014, and I quickly found out that I couldn't do the job that I used to be able to do. And then there was a bunch of doctor's visits and assessments and stuff, and they hummed and hawed and whatever, and I kept on applying and getting these jobs and getting terminated because I couldn't work up to their standards because, again, I had the weak hand from the lack of physio and all that. And then we end up going for the surgery to remove the plate and stuff, and yeah, the hand is still sore. It is gaining back strength. I know I would have benefited a lot from physio, however, that still wasn't part of the deal. Even though they messed me up, I guess they didn't have to fix me, nor retrain me for another profession, which I think is, you know, very not nice. So I struggled from job to job for the last couple of years, and well, really here we are now, sort of back where I was after the, you know, injury in 2013, trying to get things pieced back together. Hopefully it all goes well, no real big issues, and around we go. All I will say is it'll be nice after the first paycheck to be able to buy a few things that I haven't been able to over the last few years. Getting a year of this income will be nice, because then I'll be able to do things that I haven't been able to for a long time. But pretty much, guys, gonna end her all here. Remember, we do have a fan mail box for all your fan mail needs. And as always, thanks for watching. Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.